guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. I mentioned in my previous video that things are going to be changing on this channel a little bit, and I thought, what is that one thing that I can talk about that matters to everyone, is an important aspect of one's life, and what most of us spend a lifetime trying to get clarity on if I don't talk about pageants. Now, over the last few years, I have seen so many of my friends get married, have babies, get separated. And over time, I did get some of those answers. I did get a lot of advice. And I also realized that what I was missing was I did not know what I really want in life from a relationship, from a partner. Because what I had been so focused on was what I don't want after a series of disappointing relationships. Every heartbreak teaches you something, and I had a whole list of red flags, but it was mainly my therapist who brought this to my attention, that you've not really visualized what you want, and so that is why you're not going to be able to attract that in your life. Now, I may not have completely visualized what I want my future to look like, but in the last year or two I did do a lot of work on myself to make sure that I was making that decision of marriage, whenever it comes to it, with as less unhealed trauma as possible, and so that I am breaking the patterns. And last year a lot of things started changing, and I think that's going to be a whole other video where I tell you about so many interesting things that actually happened before Satvik came into my life. In fact, even the week when he told me how he feels, so many things made sense. And it's a whole thing to the fact that I think what has happened in the last couple of months in my life has made me start believing in things that I never really believed in. But in today's episode, I'm going to share with you 5 videos that I would highly recommend to someone who's going through that question process in their mind, of, do I marry this person? How do I know if I'm ready? And how do I know if I'm making the right choice? Because it's a big decision. Of course, I'm not in a place where I've had the evidence of a very long lasting marriage, but I don't think I need to wait for that to happen to share at least the videos that I went through. The first video that I have to recommend is by my favorite adorable couple, Jay and Radhi, and you have to watch this video called How to Start a Relationship the Right Way. It's a really short video, but they talk about how they actually knew each other as individuals first before they really got into a relationship. And I think that's where a lot of people have rushed into these things at times, myself included. I've made the mistake of getting into a relationship before even getting to know the person. And for me personally, I felt a lot more comfortable committing to a relationship with my now fiance, because we were actually friends for the first 5-6 years, and so I know how he handles disappointment, how he reacts to things when he's upset and angry, because you really need to see a person at their lows to be able to somewhat decide if they're going to be the dinner partner, the travel partner for the rest of your life. And so knowing the person as an individual is extremely key. Just watch this video by Jay and Radhi, and they talk about their relationship experience and a lot more in detail. And in general, I would recommend both of their videos because they give you so much clarity. And boy, would I say, so many of us need healthy relationship examples in front of us, because you have to remember that the type of person that you are is the type of person that you're going to attract, and basically your mental state and emotional state reflects a lot in your relationship choices. So it's important to do the work. The next video is by Prachi, and I remember having watched this video a long time ago in 2020 and having saved it, because I always used to wonder that when you meet that person, back at the time I didn't know if I was gonna have a love marriage or an arranged marriage and what the situation would be, but I knew that I want to know what questions do I really ask that person when it's time. This video by Prachi talks about so many topics that you should discuss with your potential future partner, because love is not the only thing that is necessary for a good relationship for life. In fact, she talks about you should have discussed how you would want to raise your kids, the financial aspects, do you have the same type of goals, do you envision the same type of family and life for yourselves in the future. Maybe some person has plans to go settle in Europe and the other person never really wanted to leave the country or leave their parents, and now obviously those are things that you should have spoken about before you get married. And so there are so many essential questions, and this video was like my guide. Going forward, I in fact did make my own questions on religion and spirituality, and what do you really believe in, what does success mean to you, because trust me, I made Satvik do so many personality tests, and there were so many tests and question banks that we had done in the beginning phase of our courtship that it really helped me. And some people might find it a little odd and crazy, but I'm that person, and I thought it was important to talk about the difficult things. And I remember there was a list of questions we were once doing, and we really had to take a break after 5 to 6 questions because it just got so much to talk about, and we decided to put it on off for another day. But those conversations is what held the foundation and really built a strong solid foundation for the rest of the relationship. Because for me personally, I'm the type of person who's get it out in the first few weeks. If you know that this could be a major deal breaker and that you guys need to be aligned on this, the sooner you get that clarification, the better. And don't go for the whole what is he or she gonna think of me if I say this or if I talk like this. Because what you really need to focus on a relationship is, do I like them and not do they like me? And that's where so many people go wrong. And then after a few months, you can't really put up that same front anymore because you gotta be yourself. This third video is by the School of Life. Now, the School of Life YouTube channel has been such a great teacher for me. It really is the School of Life. They have insane videos, I have to say. And this particular video helped me get so much clarity. It reminded me of this dialogue from The Perks of Being a Wallflower, that we accept the love that we think we deserve. And another really good point that this video raises is that when you are looking for a partner, don't expect your partner to be everything for you. And that is why you should have other healthy relationships as well, by which I mean you need to have a certain type of baggage or emotions that you kind of only share with your best friend, or sometimes you only share them with your parent or sibling, because you cannot expect your life partner to be your therapist, best friend, and fulfill or fill in the shoes of the roles of every other person in your life. That is too much responsibility for a person, and so you have to be happy with yourself, and then the other person needs to add on to your happiness, but you can't really put that much responsibility on another person. So what you do need to be looking for is a really good teammate for life, I would say, because there are going to be so many ups and downs in life, and that I have someone for all of these other things in my life, and there's these are the gaps and the voids in my life where I need someone to come in, and I think it would be so much better. Expect your partner to only probably fill those voids or some of them, but not everything else for you. The fourth video I highly recommend is for someone who's questioning why marriage at all. And this video by Satguru, he talks about the concept of marriage so beautifully, because I really needed someone to knock that into me as to why does the society even follow this institution. And if you're having similar questions or you're going through that, then I think this video really explained to me, and my therapist at the same time had told me that a large reason of getting into marriages is stability and societal, structure. And my heart on the sleeve romantic heart was refusing to believe that there was any practicality, and I thought, marriage has to be 100% about love, and if you're madly in love with someone, you go marry them and it's life's gonna be a fairy tale. And then I actually educated myself about how if you actually go in with that type of expectation, it's going to be really hard for you, and that a lot of it has to do with, who do you want to raise your kids with, or if you were to go through that in life, who would you choose? Love will be a reason, but there will be a lot of other reasons as well. And then I came to realize that maybe we can all just define marriage for ourselves and not follow what Bollywood sold to us, that this is how you end up getting married to the love of your life. And now for me, I wanted to get married. If I had to, reflect back on my earlier reasons as to why I was looking for someone, it was because I wanted someone so that I have someone to come back home to share my day with. And most importantly, I wanted someone to share my achievements with, because last year there was so much going on in life. and I had all of these good newses to share and achievements, and all of that was there, but at the end I would come back to an empty house. And I missed the fact that I didn't have someone to immediately call, or that person who is just my partner, like is just there in the house. And maybe because I was seeing a lot of my friends have that they know who to celebrate with, and I didn't know who to celebrate my joys with. That was one of the first thoughts that I had had. And for me, marriage would be that, someone to just celebrate life with. The last video that I would recommend is this really, I think, long, hour-long sermon by this couple who has been married for quite a few years. And trust me, this video had me take out my notes, and it took me days to finish watching this video because there was so much knowledge to gain and so much to really ponder over. As someone who I admit has not been in too many healthy or stable relationships, I also had to coach myself as to how to behave in one, because a lot of the times you're not really ready to accept love because you're not just used to that love, and you're going to spoil the thing just by your own overthinking and or your own unhealed trauma. And I wanted to make sure that I'm not doing that. And so this particular video really gave me some useful insights on how to resolve conflict. And I remember this one line that it said that you have to, in the case of conflict, affirm the person but attack the problem. Never attack the person in front of you for whatever situation you're dealing with. Now, it's easier said than done, but it's an effort to actually try. Even if I may not apply that everywhere, if I keep watching such videos, if I keep going through my notes and journals, then at some point I'm going to remember this, and I would want to be that person that I was trying to be even when the conflict is happening. That was my reason, in order to be a better person, because when you behave like that, there are obviously lesser chances of things going downhill in general. We all have to evolve. I can't expect the other person to be perfect. What I can work on is how I deal with relationships better as well. These were all the videos that I watched, and this really helped me make that decision, so that when the time came, I knew that I would say yes to this person in this situation, and now I am actually ready. And so if you're in a similar situation, and that these videos probably help you get clarity on the questions racing through your mind as well. And yeah, this is the first time I've spoken about something like this that has gone through my mind a lot. I have so much to talk about when it comes to probably relationships. I've learned so much, but let me know if you guys are interested in me sharing that as well on this channel. And I really enjoyed talking to you guys today and sharing this with you. As always, I love you guys so, so much, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye bye.